All rise for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, students, faculty, and staff. Welcome to the WDCS announcements for Monday, February 13th of 2023. Today's an even day. It is also National Cheddar Day. The word of the day is scrutinize. It means to examine carefully. When playing chess, it helps to scrutinize your opponent's every move.
Speech in the Bay we meet today after school. The book club we meet today. National Honor Society we meet today. Sister to sister and brother to brother are hosting Love and Basketball, a basketball tournament between the brother and sister after school tomorrow. Admission is free and there will be snack for purchase.
And now, a message from our Executive Director, Dr. Hobbs.
Hi, DCS students, faculty, and staff. I am so proud of all of our students and their many accomplishments here at DCS. For example, I've had the pleasure of attending the honors program on Tuesday and Wednesday, and this past Saturday I attended the weightlifting girls event, and I'm telling you, to see our students do the things that they do and the many accomplishments, they need to be recognized, and I am here as I know you all join me in recognizing those students. One of the things about the honors class celebration that stood out the most to me, there were so many students there. I was so proud as Ms. Santiago and Ms. Gusky called each of their names. And what was so impressive is that there were so many students that we couldn't even contain all of them in the same space as they were being recognized. For example, the 12th grade students, they had to have their own honors session by themselves. That's right, there were so many students in all of the groups that had A's. We're not talking about a few A's, we're talking about straight A's. So watching them receive their many awards, such as Principal Award and all of that, it was so refreshing. And I'm so proud of all of our students here at DCS and the hard work that all of our staff and our faculty are doing to get our students to that wonderful place. So, you know, like I celebrate the hard work that everyone is participating in, I also want to bring to everyone's attention something that's very serious. But before I do that, I want to celebrate our debate team. That's right, our debate team is also getting ready to go to the regional championship, and this is their first year. This is a first-year debate team. To me, that is amazing. When we think about our students just starting out and they make it to that level of being able to compete at regionals, that is a lot to say. So I want to I'm not going to call names, because if I call one name, I might leave out a name, but everyone who is a part of the weightlifting, the PE department, the clubs that we have here, which are so many clubs, the debate team, all of our faculty, give yourselves a hand for the outstanding job that you do with our students each and every day. As your executive director, I am so proud of you. I'm so excited to be a part of the fabric of DCS, and I am more importantly even proud to be a Hawk. That's right, that's our branding, and I'm very proud of that. Now, I have to also, like I celebrate the good, I've got to bring some sobering information to everyone because I want to make sure that we do not lose sight of where we are in teaching and learning. And what do I mean by that? Just like I talked about all of the students that are celebrating the honors of getting the straight A's. When I mean that, let me just go back a little bit. Having the honor, the distinguished honor of earning all A's or A's and B's to make you get on that list for honor roll. I must also tell you how serious I am about DCS maintaining the reputation that it has. Okay? So I want you to think about that, and I want you to anticipate knowing that just like I'm so serious and excited about the good work, what I'm about to say right now, I'm also going to be just as diligent about this. And what is that? We had an incident on the campus this week, okay, or last week if you're listening to this on Monday morning. Last week, it was a vaping incident where we had several children. And if no one told you, let me be the first to let you know. They are right now suspended, pending an expulsion. And I'm not afraid to tell you that word because I want you to hear it loud and clear, and I want you to hear it from me. Any student who is on this campus who is not abiding by the rules, the policies, and the expectations of this school, you will be removed. And I want you to really, really think about that. I'm not really into second chances, so I really want you to know that, I don't want to really hear when it comes to vaping and drugs, because this is a drug-free and a vape-free school. So I don't want to hear this is your first time. I don't care if it's your third time. If you're caught with a controlled substance, this is not the place for you. This is a school of choice. So like you chose to come here, my choice is going to be for you to be removed from here if you're not going to abide by the wonderful things that are happening here at DCS. We need to make sure that we are about teaching and learning. Our teachers show up every day to make sure that you receive a quality education. That's because they care, not because they have to. There's so many professions that they could be a part of and do quite well. In fact, they make a lot more money. But because they love you and they care about you, they show up every single day. So you owe them, you owe your parents the opportunity for them to witness you doing well and excelling in all of your classes. This is a college preparatory school that stands for excellence. And because you're here, that means that somewhere down the line, each and every one of you made a commitment to yourself and to your parents that that's what you wanted to become. A student of excellence. I know that sometimes it's difficult to get all A's. We get it. We were students ourselves, and not all of us received all A's. However, all of us, because we are here, we chose not to fail in school. So failure is not an option at DCS. No, it's not. Just like failure is not an option at DCS, vaping, drug use, and I'm going to call it PDAing is not an option here at DCS. So I want you to think about what I'm saying here today, because we're going to maintain our behavior. We're not going to call people out of their names. That's something I've been hearing as well. So unless the N word starts for something like Nancy, we're not going to use the N word. Unless the B word stands for something like Barbara, we're not going to use that word either. But you're going to hear me talk about that, because I'm going to be holding some assemblies starting the week of February 20th. Those assemblies are going to be for each grade level. So for example, on Monday, February 20th at 8 o'clock, all the meetings will be at 8 o'clock starting on that Monday the 20th, and they're going to be in the cafeteria. It's going to be the 6th graders, the first group, okay? So that Monday the 20th of February will be the 6th graders. And we will hold an assembly, and I'm going to talk to those 6th graders. Like on Tuesday, I'm going to talk to the 7th graders, and then on Wednesday, the 8th graders. And I think you get the picture. So every day until I get to the 12th graders, I'm going to have that heart-to-heart meeting conversation with everyone so that they understand, and they'll be hearing it. Maybe if you're absent on this day, will you hear me say this now? So don't be absent on that day, because whether you are here or not, you're going to be held accountable. DCS, like I said before, is a school of excellence. And some of this behavior that I have heard people talk about, I'm not, and I want you to be clear when I say it, I am not going to tolerate it at all, okay? Just like I said, our teachers come to school to teach you and to have an opportunity to get through to you the lesson that they have planned for and prepared for. You have an opportunity to learn, and you will not destroy the reputation of this school. Because like I said, we've got some wonderful students here who are really about teaching and learning. So with all that being said, like I said, the meetings are going to be held on the week of the 20th, and your parents will also be invited. That's right, because I want your parents to hear what I'm telling you, okay? So it's going to be telecast, as well as it's going to be verbally said to you in that cafeteria so you can hear it. But I always want you to remember, because I want to end on a good note, because everything I've said is for your good. When I tell you that I care about you, I care about you. This is not a joke to me. This is not some, random opportunity that like, oh my God, I think I'll just go and work at DCS. No. I really, really love working here. I really, really love walking around. I miss being there this week walking around because there were so many things going on. But I'll be back next week walking around and visiting you in your classrooms and reminding you of this very important thing. And I want you to remember that because I do believe it myself. You are the best. And I want you to ask yourselves this question. How do you know that? Because I love you. And I want you to believe it because it is true. So say it like I say it. It's if I'm standing there in your classroom. You are, and you should be saying the best. And I what? And you should be saying love us. And I want you to also know believe it because, and you should be saying it's true. It's going to be true whether I am celebrating the great things that you do here at DCS or if I am at your hearing for an expulsion to say this just wasn't a good fit for us, but we'll depart ways so that you can be about your destiny and DCS can be about theirs. All right? I love you. It's true. And I want you to have a good week. All right? And I'll see you the week of February 20th for sure at 8 o'clock. Those 6th graders, you'll have your day, the 7th graders, and so forth and so on. So everybody, have a great day and enjoy and make it an epic day. Bye.
And now for our Nerdalicious fact of the day. Our world is full of things that people thought were just legends, only to find out that they were real. This week, we're going to talk about some of them. We start with the Norse legend of the Kraken, a sea monster with long tentacles that could destroy ships. This legend first appeared around the year 1700, and it wasn't until 1857 that zoologists found some body parts on beaches, leading them to conclude that there might be some truth to the legend. However, it wasn't until 2004 that we actually photographed a living giant squid. How big are these squids? Well, they average around 24 feet long, but the largest specimens recorded were almost double that length. The two extra long tentacles are the feeding tentacles, and they account for most of the squid's length. Here's a video of a dead giant squid, taken by Simon Schofield at the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History. This particular squid was around 35 feet long. Each tile on your classroom floor is 1 foot long, so go ahead and count out 35 of them to get an idea of how long that really is.
And now for today's Black History video, courtesy of Mr. Monroe's class.
Upon hearing the name Billie Holiday, many think of her great accomplishments and various songs. However, no one truly knows about her painful past. Growing up, Holiday was frequently passed around several relatives as her mother was working various jobs because Holiday's dad had been in the family. While living with her relatives, she was often abused and in many cases scrubbed floors and ran errands for a brothel. At a young age of 10, Holiday was sexually assaulted and then went on to become a prostitute at 13.
Despite her painful past, Billie Holiday is known as one of the greatest jazz vocalists of all time. She became the first African-American woman to work with an all-white band. Holiday won 5 Grammy Awards, was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2000, and earned a spot in the Nashville Jazz Hall of Fame in 2004. Her beautiful voice and vocal delivery still remain heard by millions 50 years after her death.
Billie Holiday is largely known for one of her most famous songs, Strange Fruit. This depicts the horrific and detailed accounts of lynching in the South. Several scholars now describe the song as one of the first protest songs during the Civil Rights Movement, as it compared the victims of lynching to the fruit of the trees.
And now for today's feel-good news story. In 1939, a 15-year-old Gerda Kohl was sent out of Austria by her parents to avoid the Nazis. When she was 18, she gave birth to a baby girl whom she immediately put up for adoption in an attempt to give the baby her best chance at a good life. Last year, on her 98th birthday, Gerda was reunited with that baby girl for the first time, 80 years later. Gerda's grandson had been researching the family tree and discovered her identity. Once he realized she was still alive, he waited a couple weeks to tell his mother that he had found her mom living in Canada. Her daughter and grandson flew from England to Canada to attend Gerda's birthday party at her nursing home. After meeting her daughter and grandson, Gerda said, "This is something to live a few more years for."
We'd like to wish a happy birthday to Eliana Ebom, Kamwa Renault, and Matthew Onescu. Thank you for listening, hugs. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And that's a wrap.